Hi guys, my name is Tembile Masego and I am a third year medical student at the University of Pretoria, and I am back with another video after going AWOL for such a long time, which is 2 weeks, but like it's because of technical issues. But we are fixed now, they're fixed, and I'm finally back. I have missed you guys so much. I have missed recording videos so much, and you see your YouTube channel's growth and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't do jack about it because I can't record a video. Like I wanted to so badly. These videos give me life. This is literally where I just, you know, when you do something you really, I love medicine and everything, but like, you know, sometimes you need a break and pursue your other skills and stuff like that. But anyway, I'd like to thank 113 more subscribers that I have received in my absentia, which is crazy because it's like, what? I was not here, I was not doing anything, but my channel kept on growing, which is amazing. It's beyond, above and beyond anything that I would have expected. I'd like to thank 1.5k views on my video of how I ended up in medicine, which is crazy. It's like I really didn't think that video was gonna make a lot or like have a lot of views because I was just talking, and it's like, and my last video is at like 700 and something views. It's just freaking crazy too. It's like so close to 1k, and I'm like, whoa. Which is super cool. Like I'm super grateful for you guys, and I thank you so much for your support. The comments, you guys give me life. Like I'll be out here. I've been writing blog tests for the past 2 weeks, which is very funny because like the weeks I'm not here is the weeks I wrote blog tests, and literally your comments would sometimes be the one reason I keep on going, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so tired, and then someone would be like, oh my gosh, you're passionate, oh my gosh, you're everything. And I'm just like, this is why I keep on doing what I'm doing, for the people. And I am so grateful for all of you, and remember to like, subscribe, comment please. Your comments really are the best. And yeah, share, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Like I don't even know. I've never thought that my YouTube channel would grow this much. Like I wasn't expecting it, but like I am not complaining either. So let's get into what we are here for today. So the video this week, we'll be talking about how to maximize your chance of getting into medicine when you are in high school. Of course, it's like, I honestly didn't want to talk about this because my path or how I got in was very straightforward. And I know that it sometimes doesn't work the same, which is why I went ahead and I asked my contacts on my WhatsApp and my Instagram to hit me up and like give me what their advice would be, because I feel like I have such a, like mine is wide, and I feel like if a lot of people can give like many advice, or like if a lot of people give the same advice, then I know that okay, this actually works. Because I'm also not sure how the selection process works. I don't have like the nitty-gritty details of how the university picks people, and I think it's like a whole process. It's not just a simple thing of like you have to do this and this and this and you're gonna get into medicine. There are many factors that play a role in it, and you can do everything right, you can get everything right, and you could still not get in because there's just so many things that play a part in it. And also, like I always say, your path might not be the same as my path. Like as much as you can do the same things, and even better, you can find that your path just leads you somewhere first before you get to where you want to be. And also you have to remember that it's a very competitive field. Like there's a lot of people everywhere from all over the country and even outside of the country who want to do medicine. So I will just give you a few tips, but you shouldn't beat yourself up too much if you don't get in straightforward, or if you don't get in the time that you thought you were gonna get in. And if you do, that's amazing too. That's really amazing. If your story is as straightforward as mine was, that is totally amazing. I totally feel blessed every single time when I see that there's other people who probably deserved it better than I did, but they just didn't get in, because that's sometimes how destiny works. I don't know. But yeah, I will like try. I have the suggestion, or I have the list, because I'm an organized person, and I have a list and I have all the things that people said. I took the top comments that people said, and because I couldn't say everything, I can't say everything. I had to make sure that this video is not too long, but I'll just elaborate on the points that I think, or like where I can elaborate, or where I can say something. And there's also a couple of videos that I'll put in at the end from some of the medical students that I know, which are super inspiring, and like they even motivated me, even though this is not about me, but it gave me some hope. Like, oh my gosh, you know, oh my gosh. But like, yeah. If you hear background noises, please don't blame me. I'm back at home, so I don't necessarily have the house to myself. And Yeah, it's cold, so no one's going out for sure. And also, this is the best angle that I could find in the house that complemented my skin and my hair. And I wasn't sure if my hair looked good because I did it yesterday. I don't know how I ended up here, but that's whatever. I did this color. I didn't want to do this color. I never thought I'd do this color, but here we are. But anyway, that's not the purpose of the video. We're gonna start with the first point that I got of how to get into medicine from high school. And the first one was from Sihle. He's a second-year medical student. He also has a YouTube channel. You can go check it out. I just forgot his name, but it's really, really, really cool. You see a perspective of different medical students and stuff like that. He's also from Tux, of course. But anyway, he said that Matric is the beginning of the rest of your life. You should take it seriously and work diligently. Apply to every medical school to increase chances of getting accepted. So he has a video at the end that he also sent me, which he totally explains what this is. And he basically like meant like, or like when I look at his thingy, his line, basically you should start working. Like, sure, for me it's like, okay, Matric is the one, but like Matric doesn't just get to Matric, if that makes sense. You should start working as soon as you can. Sorry, because I know that some people from my school were like, nah, I'll start working when I get to grade 11, or nah, I'll start working when I get to grade 10, you know, things start getting serious. But the thing is, Matric is not just Matric. Like, it's a build-up of your whole school career, and then it gets to Matric. I do sometimes part-time thing that I do, like motivational talks, and it's like I normally speak to like grade 7s, and I feel like that is where, not that grade 7 is the one, but like everything from the minute you start school builds up to Matric. And people make the mistake of thinking that you can only catch up on everything when you get to grade 11 and Matric, because that's where the serious things are, because everyone keeps on emphasizing that Matric is the one. And the thing is, Matric is just the end, but the beginning starts from the moment you get to grade 1. So my advice is that, yes, work hard in Matric for sure, but work hard throughout your whole school career, because if you do work hard from the get-go, it really is so easy to get a really good mark for Matric. I can attest to that, because I felt like I didn't work really hard in Matric. Like, I didn't have to do as much work as other people did. I had a steady sleeping schedule in Matric. I could sleep at 8, wake up at 6, and my life was fine. Like, I got proper sleep. I got to do every sport I wanted. And I think it's because I had been diligently working since like grade 1, I think. I don't know if my 5-year-old actually got into grade 1 when I was 5, but like, I don't know if my 5-year-old was working hard, but I'm assuming, because I mean, when I get to grade 7, I didn't struggle that much. But like, I worked hard throughout my whole, especially high school. I worked extremely hard. So by the time I got to Matric, I had mastered the basic concepts, that when I learned the concept that's in Matric, which is basically like a build-up from the foundation that you had from the beginning of your life, basically, or like your high school career, that when they had those concepts and they were a build-up of the concept that I had learned previously, I didn't find it hard to catch them, because I had already grasped the basic concepts back in grade 10, grade 11, and grade 9, and it wasn't really, I didn't have to put in a lot of energy and a lot of time into it. So I feel like, yes, work really hard at your Matric marks. They count a lot, but work hard from the get-go, because it maximizes your chances. Because when you get to Matric and you're only getting serious now, like, you're gonna have to catch up on, like, you're gonna have to go back and try to master the things that build up to what you're learning now in Matric. So my advice is that, yes, work hard from Matric, in Matric, but like, try to work from the moment that you can consciously decide to work in your school career. So for example, I know that grade 10 especially, I struggled, but like, okay, I did struggle, no, let me not lie. Grade 10, 11 was really a lot, because grade 10, there's a lot of new concepts that were introduced to us. Grade 11 was a lot of things, and then Matric was like kind of chilled. So I would advise you to like try and make sure that you really, really ace your grade 10 and 11, because if you can master that, if you can ace that, oh my goodness, the Matric is so simple. Applying to medical schools, yes, I agree with him. Apply to as many medical schools that you can, because you don't know. Like, you never know. You can never be like, I want to go here and here and here. Medicine, you kind of beg it more than it begs you. You see, like, as much as, yes, you can have everything, but honestly, they don't beg you, because there's probably 100,000 other kids, or like thousands and thousands of other people who want that same spot that you want. So they really don't beg you. So to maximize your chances and to just give yourself options, do apply to as many medical schools as possible. This is for your own good. This is so that you can also have an option B. Sometimes you think you want to go to a certain university, and you realize at the end of your matric year that you don't want to go there anymore. Like, for example, I wanted to go to UCT, but by the end of the year I was like, oh flip, I want to go to UP actually. And because I had fortunately applied to UCT and UP, I got to choose. I didn't have to like now settle for UCT because, well, I'm stuck there. It just maximizes your chances of getting into the degree that you actually want to do. And sometimes you think you don't want to go to a place and that's where you're supposed to go, you know. So just make sure that you apply everywhere, so that when you do get rejected, you know that there was nowhere else that I could go. Like, it really wasn't my time, and you don't have that what if I applied to more universities. Just do it. I know it's an expensive thing and that means more admin, but it's honestly suffering for now that is very beneficial for the rest of your life. Okay, and then the next one was from Atini. Now, Atini is a 4th-year dentistry student, but honestly, I regard dentistry, oh my goodness, I regard dentistry as the same thing as medicine, because it's just as hard to get in. They have a smaller, at UP, they have a smaller class even. It's a very difficult degree. My friends are going through it. They really are going through it. So for me, dentistry, and you're going to be a doctor in the end. So for me, dentistry, medicine, same thing, basically. Not the same, but same thing for me. So she said, there's not only one way to get into medicine. High schoolers are so fixated on going straight to medicine. If the end... Okay, wait. Okay, let me start all over again, actually. So, there's not only one way to get into medicine. High schoolers are so fixated on going straight to medicine, and if they get rejected, they think that's the end. Don't focus on how long it will take to get in. That's word, because I feel like we all, which is why I was like, you know, I can't say what I only went through, because our paths are so different. Like, I feel like I wish more people could understand that. Like, even with myself, I wish I could also understand that better, that like how my life plays out and maybe how your life plays out could be so different, and it doesn't make you any less, like, it doesn't make you any less accomplished than I am. It doesn't make you any less worthy or whatever. It's just that it's life. My life can't be your life can't be my life. We're all so different. So I wish we could all understand that better. So as she said, that there's not only one way into medicine. I know there's people who are nurses, qualified nurses, and I go to school with them. People who are qualified, they have BScs, which is a Bachelor of Science. I think that's what it is. And I go to school with them. There's people who are qualified engineers even sometimes, and they still go into medicine. And some people, it's like they take the 6-month BSc program, others the 1-year BSc program, and then they get into medicine. We're still gonna all be doctors. Like, that's the thing. Understand that we all still gonna be doctors. No one's gonna, my degree won't say that Sembile Masego went straight from high school to varsity or straight to medicine and therefore she's a better doctor. Like, no, in the end, we're all gonna have that doctor title. We're all gonna have the same degree. There's not gonna be any difference. Sure, maybe the time frame will be different, and when I get my qualification will be different from like when another peer of mine who had to do BSc first got their qualification. But in the end, we're all gonna be doctors. And if you really wanna be a doctor, don't let a rejection stop you from pursuing your dream. Rejections sometimes are there to teach us and to help us build character and to help us just be ready for when we actually get to the goal that we've been working towards. Sometimes they prepare you for where you have to be in the end, and sometimes it's just a thing of like building character or like learning to appreciate things more, anything like that. Sometimes you have to go through things in order to be ready for the things that you want. It's just life. That's how life sometimes happens, and you shouldn't take it as a no. It's just a delay to where you should be. If you really want it, go get it, no matter how long it takes. Rather have what you want and you dream for than to settle for something that you didn't want in the first place. So if you don't get accepted the first time, or like through, or like from high school, there's many other alternatives. Do your research, ask around. There's many other alternative ways to get into medicine. And then we have the next one, which is from Busi. Busi is a 4th-year medical student, and she said, grade 11 marks are super important. Take part in other things such as sports and leadership and whatever it may be, because they use that too in their selection. It's not only about the marks. That is so true. I know that in high school, they used to tell us, like, you know, if you want to get into medicine, you really have to do other things besides academics, which makes sense, because it's like, I think I said it in one of my videos before, like they're trying to see like if you're able to just do a lot of things at once and still be on top of your academics, because with medicine it gets a lot. And if you still struggle, if you had to just focus on your marks and focus on school only when you're in high school, you will be hit with such a huge shock when you get to varsity, because there's so many things and you have to just always not be busy all the time. But like, it really helps, when you start that whole thing of doing multiple things and doing extramural activities in high school. I know with me, like, it really did help me with like not necessarily feeling bombarded, because I know that when I was in high school someone actually asked me to mention that, so I'm gonna mention the extramural activities I did. So I did in high school generally I did athletics, grade 8 and 11. I did netball throughout my high school. I did other things. I did like they call it redenars. I don't know what you call it in speech competitions. I don't know what you call something like that. Redenars. I don't know what they call it in English. Oral speech stuff. And then I also did, what else did I do? I felt like I did so much in high school. Now I feel like I did nothing. And then I also did like Olympiads, and then I also did my academics. And I also did a lot of like extra cultural things. Like at our school we had a lot of like lip sync battles and manier and vroligies and cultural evenings and all those things. I used to take part in that a lot too. So yeah, that's basically what I did. But a lot of the time it was netball and athletics till like grade 11. But netball took up a lot of my time. Like our season would go from February until around June. So that was mainly what took a lot of my time. That's what I did. And yeah, that really did help. What else did I do? I feel like, wow, I felt like I did so much in high school. Now it's like, that's it. But yeah, that really did take up a lot of my time. Like I know that between February, I did Fast 5 too at some point. So that was like after our netball season, then it's Fast 5. So that took a lot of my time. Like netball especially took a lot of my time. There were tours and holidays, so I never did the whole thing of studying during holidays. And then my days would end at 5 every time. So I'd come back home only at 5, and like school ends at 2 and extra classes at 3, and then like from 3 to 5 I have sports practice. And then it's like Saturdays, I don't have my Saturdays most of the time because I used to play matches, and that like takes a huge amount of the day. So you know that you only have like maybe the evening of the Saturday and Sunday and the Friday evening to kind of do your work. So I feel like that kind of teaches you like how to manage your time, but also not to crack under pressure. Like I used to not crack under pressure very easily, which I see now too. Like I work well under pressure, sometimes too much pressure. But like I really am more efficient when I'm under pressure, and like I know I don't have time, because I feel like when you know you don't have time, you kind of plan your time better. So that's what also I feel like that kind of helps even if you go to varsity, because you really don't have time. Like if you don't manage your time, it goes by like that. You think, oh my gosh, where did 24 hours go? So when you don't do anything in high school except your books, I don't think you feel like you learn how to use your time effectively, or like you learn how to sometimes not have time and have to make time and all those things. So it really is important for me. In leadership positions, I feel like, okay, I don't know exactly how they contribute, but I know that they do contribute, and they do like to like they really like it when you did a leadership thing. Unfortunately, I was not a prefect in high school, so yeah, but I also think that kind of helps, because I know that like in our school, the prefects, so the LRC, they used to be very busy, especially with I almost said first years, the grade 8s and stuff like that, and like, you know, their duties and all those things. It kind of does take, it also is like sports, like it takes your time and it kind of teaches you how to balance and juggle everything. And I feel like that's very vital and very important when you come into medicine, because in medicine, you are gonna do things outside of medicine. Like it's good for you to do things outside of medicine and to also grow yourself in other aspects. I'm gonna make a separate video about that. But like, it's really good to do that. And you're gonna have to find a way to balance everything, to like juggle school and all these other things that you're doing to take care of yourself and to nurture yourself as a person. So yeah, I really do think that's important. Then grade 11 marks. I don't know, a lot of people, I don't know if they don't know, but like when you apply for medicine, you use, when you apply for medicine, you normally apply at the beginning of, like as soon as the applications open, before June, after March, somewhere there. And when you apply, then you obviously don't have your first term marks, and they don't use first term marks. They only use June, end year, grade 11 marks. Those are the only marks they care about. So when you apply, then you only have your final grade 11 marks, and then some of the universities ask for your June results, and then they want your final results, obviously. So if you are gonna wait, because I know that medicine applications close not very early, but they don't close like after June. They don't close after June. They close somewhere in May. Okay, with us, I think that was the case. So if your grade 11 marks, which are the only marks that you're going to use for your first provisional acceptance, are not good, you're most likely not going to get accepted or get a provisional acceptance. And normally if you don't get a provisional acceptance, you can't get a final acceptance. So it is very important to, that's why I say, like, work from the like, high school is not about, like, it's not about your matric marks only. Your whole high school contributes to your application and like how everything else plays out. So for example, in grade 11, you're gonna have to work hard for those grade 11 final marks to be really, really good. And grade 11 is a build up from grade 10, and grade 10 is a build up from grade 9. So you have to really consistently work. There's no like, I'm gonna start working when I'm in grade 12. It's too late. Like, most of the time it's normally too late to start working then. I know some people, I even know some people in my life who started to turn their academics around, which is why it's also not too late, like, to start working in grade 11. But like, I would recommend and advise you to start working from like the get-go, because it just makes things easier for you. So yeah, grade 11 marks are very, very, very important. Work a lot, even what you do in grade 11. I know I did a lot of things in grade 11 too, and that really did help, because they do ask for that too. So then you can also do things in grade 11 and also like treat your grade 11 like your matric. Like, treat your grade 11 like your matric. Get extremely good marks, because then your first application that you're going to submit between the period of March and June is going to look good. And that's like, it kind of helps you to maximize your chances to get into medicine. So make sure that your grade 11 marks are looking as sharp or close to being as sharp as what your matric marks are going to look like. And then the next one we have is from Valesa Mjali, which is the girl I did my YouTube videos with in the past, my sister from another mister. So she is a third-year medical student like me, and she said, work hard and give it your all. Know that it's definitely not easy, but very possible. Like, I feel like as much as we're gonna try and give you the real deal of what medicine is, guys. We're gonna try and give you like the breakdown and like the tea and everything, and not lie to you. But in everything, if you just put your heart in it and you work hard, it is possible. Like, medicine is not impossible. Getting in is not impossible. It's not like the top of the tier. Sometimes God does, not that he does miracles, but like sometimes God wants to show off with you, and he'll just put you in places where you sometimes think you don't deserve to be in, and where you think you didn't work hard enough to be in, but it just happens, and that's just life. Sometimes that happens. So if you just work hard and just do your best and let God do the rest, it's gonna, if it's yours, it'll be yours. Like, that's just my thing. If it's yours, it'll be yours. And don't be scared of medicine. If you like contemplating if you'll be able to cope with it, if you really are passionate about it, do it. Just do it. If we die, we die. But they will take off our feathers and when we get there. But like, just do it. Like, don't be so scared. I feel like fear is such a thing. It's so powerful, and it can take away so many opportunities from you if you allow it to control you. So as much as things are hard, as much as medicine is not easy, not gonna lie, it's not easy. It's sometimes you just ask yourself, why am I still here? Why am I suffering for people? But if you really, really work hard and you really, really are passionate about it and you love it, you'll get through it, man. You will get through it. A very interesting suggestion or like advice thingy from Sohail. Sohail was one of my classmates. He's in third year. He's doing medicine too. And he said, turn back before it's too late. I mean, ish, guys, yeah, no. Like, once you're inside, you're inside. I don't know. For me, it's like, especially after second year, even if I honestly, like, it's too late for me to turn back now. Like, I don't know, even if I would be like, yo, I'm not sure if I want to do medicine anymore, I don't know if I'd actually quit. Like, I'd probably just finish it. I'd be like, yo, is bad. Like, I'm just gonna finish it, because I've worked so hard. I've worked too hard. But like, basically though, the essence I am taking, or like the thing I'm taking from this comment, from Sohail's comment, is that just be sure you want to do medicine. Because it's a highway to get in. It doesn't get easier once you're in. You're done. It doesn't get easier once you're done. So you really have to make sure that you're sure you want to do this. Like, you are sure you want to do this, because once you're in, you're in. Honestly, once you're in, you're in. And getting out is much harder the further you go in. So Tips for people who are in high school: make sure you really want to do this, and then just do it, and then just go with it. It gets hard, but like if you really want to do it, just do it. But like if you're not sure, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth suffering like a lot, suffering this much, and then not being sure if you want to do it. I don't know if that makes sense. Of course, we all do get to a point. I got to a point last year, many points last year, where I was questioning if I want to do this. But if you really want to do it, you're just gonna keep going. If you really from the get-go were like, I've made up my mind and I'm gonna go do it, not because my parents said, oh, you know, medicine, oh, you know, simple medicine, yes, good. Like if you really want to do it from within you, go ahead and do it. We'll deal with the things later. Like whatever we deal with, the mental health, the everything, we'll deal with it along the way. That's it. The next one, which I think is the last one, because yeah, my voice is starting to, you know. It says some people finish their first year and realize it's too late to turn back. Then they end up being miserable doctors. That's still from So Here. Why did I leave it there? But yeah, basically, we don't want miserable doctors. If you're not sure you want to do this, please let it go. We're not about to add another cranky doctor into our healthcare system. We already have enough cranky people there. Honestly, we need more positive, more passionate, more driven doctors. I remember when I was doing Miss Carlesia back in first year, and they asked me like what my dream is, or like what my goal is as a healthcare professional, and I was like, to provide quality healthcare even to public institutions. Like my goal, or like why I do medicine, is because I've seen so many people close to me even pass away, or die, okay, I won't say die, pass away because of negligence, or like because the doctor didn't diagnose it too fast, or the necessary precautions or steps to give them a better chance of survival, my goodness, was taken too late. So I'm like, I'm really tired of having more doctors, or like having doctors who are really strained. Like I want to help. Like as much as I understand, like I'm not gonna blame the doctors and be like, yeah, it's because they're miserable. Like this profession really gets the best out of you sometimes, and yeah, it can just make you, I'm third year and I already feel like, whew, yeah, nah. So imagine having worked for, I don't know how long, for hours and hours, you're tired, you're exhausted. It does get a lot. So I feel like, let me be that one more person that kind of tries their best to be the best doctor they can be, you know, and help the healthcare system to not be so pressurized and stuff like that. So if you're already very miserable and you only have done your first year, how much more miserable will you be when you're an actual doctor? Like, we honestly do not need that. I'm sorry, but like, we don't need that type of energy, baby girl. Please bounce as soon as you like feel like that. Like, just please take a year to think about it. Like, if you're really not sure you want to be a doctor, take a gap year, go think about it, and come back and like decide what you really want to do, and do what you're passionate in, because you're not about to have miserable people in this life. We need more happy people, because yeah, there's enough negativity out here. But yeah, I think that is all I have for now. This is all I have for now. So what we are taking from this lesson of the day is that firstly, grade 11 marks are freaking important. So start working as soon as you can. Start doing your best as soon as you can. This means grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Start working, because especially grade 11, those marks matter. Those marks are gonna put your foot in the door. Those marks are gonna be the ones that, you know, put your little foot in there. But like, then Matric is like the one that boom, stamps everything, the one that lets you in. So work hard from grade 11 and do extramural activities. Do a lot of extramural activities, leadership positions, to kind of also condition yourself, but to also prove to the university that you are able to handle pressure and work, even if you are busy with a lot of things, and that even when you get into medicine, you'll be able to actually nurture yourself and still have time for academics, because you've already trained yourself from high school. Thirdly, there are many ways to get into medicine. Many ways to get into medicine. Don't think just because you were rejected in Matric, that's it. You can't do jack, that's over, that's it. Medicine is now not an option. There are many ways. You can do a BSc program. You can even do another degree and come back. You can even do the 6-month BSc program, 1-year BSc program, 3-year BSc program, whatever it takes. If you really want to do medicine, there are many ways to get in. Fourthly, apply to as many universities as possible to maximize your chances of getting into medicine. Where you go is secondary. The primary thing is to become a doctor. That's what you want to do. So wherever you end up, well, you know, it is what it is. that's just life. But like what you want to do, where you want to be, what you want to do for the rest of your life is more important, and it's the process where you get that. So yeah, that's basically that, and I hope this video was very helpful, and see you guys in the next video.
The following clips are the reason why you shouldn't record your YouTube videos at home, and also some motivation from some of the medical students and some tips from some medical students, and how to get into BSc in 6 months. No, into medicine in 6 months. I hope you enjoy, and goodbye from me to you.
Hi everybody, my name is Erin and I am currently a third-year medical student at the University of Pretoria. I'm going to tell you my story about how I got there, because I did not get in straight away at the end of Matric. So it started off, I was 7 years old. I wanted to be a ballet dancer or an artist, and then when I turned 8 I decided, no, I'm going to be a doctor. So that was my ultimate goal. School went by, grade 11 came, got grade 11 marks, applied using those in Matric. I applied at a few universities for medicine and I did not get in at any. Matric came, I was in the top 10. I was an SRC member, did swimming, did tennis. However, I did not do AP Maths or take any extra subjects. So end of Matric came, wrote the final exams, waited for the marks and hoped that I would get in on those. I got the marks back. I got 6 distinctions, missed my 7th by 1%. And let me tell you, if you're applying for medicine, everybody has those types of marks. You're nobody special. So that happened. I ended up going to do BSc Biological Sciences at the University of Pretoria. Now, for those of you that don't know, the University of Pretoria has a system. I want to call it their 6-month leeway period. They take in 30 to 60 students in June of your first year if you qualify and if you do the right modules. So I went into BSc Biological Sciences. Instead of doing maths, I had to do the sociology and psychology of health, philosophy of medicine, as well as medical terminology. Now those first 6 months, it's BSc Biological Sciences, a few other BSc courses, as well as the medical students, veterinary students, and dentistry students. So that was sort of the class for the first 6 months. And what happens is, those who qualify for the transfer, they take the top 30 to 60 students based on your marks and you get in. So 6 months went by. I finished off with an average of 79 for first semester, which was a mission. Let me tell you, first semester at varsity is no joke. You have to work really, really hard. The people are very discouraging. You tell them you want to get in for medicine and they look at you as though you're a child that has big dreams. So that was the first 6 months. Biggest tip I can give you from that: be realistic, but don't feel discouraged. A lot of people won't get in, and there are other opportunities out there. I had actually already applied for occupational therapy for the following year during those 6 months because I thought I wasn't going to get in. It's also very, very important to work consistently and not freak out if you fail a test or miss an assignment. It happens to everybody. So those were my first 6 months summed up. We waited in June to see who has now gotten in for the transfer, for the mid-year transfer. And I didn't get in, once again. Now, that time I was really bummed because I thought it was my last shot. So I decided, okay, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to go to occupational therapy next year, and that's that. However, 2 days before classes started for second semester, one of my friends told me that another one of our friends had gotten in late. they had just informed her that she had been transferred to medicine. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try my luck. I went and I checked on my student portal, and what do you know? I was in. I had actually totally given up hope for medicine by then, but I had gotten in, and that was what was important. So that's how I got into medicine. Biggest tip I can give you there as well, use past papers. They are an absolute lifesaver. If you struggle to keep your thoughts in order, like I do, just write it down, even if it's the silliest stuff. And once you get to medicine, you have to be sure that it is your passion, because it is challenging. You will sit on your butt for 12 to 14 hours a day every now and then, just working. Some days will be a little bit easier than others, but you have to have the passion to get through those difficult days. You're not going to love everything. You'll love some of it, you'll hate others, and it's life. It's like every other degree where you try, you fail, you get up again, you just carry on. It's also very helpful to know that you're not the first person in your shoes to say. There have been people where you are, and if they can do it, so can you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sihle Mohorosi. I'm currently a second year medical student at the University of Pretoria. Shout out to Steve for having me in this video to have a chat and give tips to high scholars who want to study medicine. First things first, I'd say that there's no particular formula in getting into medicine. All you have to do is really work diligently and try and produce as many distinctions as you can to increase your chances of getting in. And also do not make the mistake of only applying to one medical school. South Africa currently has 10 medical schools, so make sure you apply to all 10 of them to maximize your chances of getting in. I must say, medicine is a very rewarding degree, but based on my experience, I can say that there are more stressful times than there are happy times. But then that's where passion comes in. So if you are really passionate about it, you'll be able to pull through and always find the motivation to keep you going even through the hard times. So yeah guys, I wish you all the best as you are waiting for your Matric results. Best wishes, and yeah, bye.
Studying medicine has always been my passion since I was young, and if it's your passion too, then you're gonna find a way into med school. It takes hard work, long hours of studying, and a lot of commitment, but as long as you've got that desire and passion to become a doctor, you can do it. Don't listen to anyone that tells you otherwise, because there are going to be those people that say no, it's too difficult to get in. But if it's your dream, you can make it happen.